A leader accustomed to moving with supreme caution, but a leader prepared to strike at speed when he senses the moment.
The government has not got a credible plan to slow infections. It has lost control of the virus.
More at ease in recent months critiquing the government, Sir Keir Starmer has now issued a bold challenge, a demand for a 2 to 3 week coronavirus circuit break.
If we act now, if we follow the science and break the circuit, we can get this virus under control. If we don't, we could sleepwalk into a long and bleak winter. That choice is now for the Prime Minister to make. I urge him to do so.
Sir Keir Starmer's idea is taken straight from government scientists. It would mean working from home when you can, no mixing between households except for people in support bubbles. All pubs, bars and restaurants would be closed, but with compensation. And schools would remain open, although the circuit break would take place in part over the autumn half-term. Allies of Sir Keir Starmer say he's run out of road on coronavirus after months of picking apart Boris Johnson's approach. They say he has to put his own ideas on the table. And so Newsnight understands that the Labour leader has held lengthy discussions with the government's chief scientific advisors. And now he's adopted one of their central ideas.
What Keir Starmer's trying to do is act in the national interest. That's what we've done all along. We've said we'll support the government where it's appropriate to. But what the government have done in the last couple of days, if they've not followed that scientific advice, that's what we're really concerned about. Because the scientific advisors saying, unless we do more than what the government have suggested and announced in the last couple of days, then actually we're going to have to take even stringent measures, which are going to cause excess deaths and it's going to cause economic damage in the long run. So that's why Keir Starmer has said today that Boris Johnson should listen to the scientific advice, have a national circuit breaker now, give the financial support and package to make it happen, and then hopefully that means that businesses and local areas can get that R number down and that we can get on top of this virus.
A Tory commentator believes this is a significant move.
It makes it harder for Boris Johnson to do this now, were he so minded, because if he does, Keir Starmer will say, well, told you so, that was our idea. And, I suspect that this move, any such move, would be vigorously resisted by the Chancellor of the Exchequer and the growing voices on the Tory benches who want, a different sort of policy, one that stresses helping livelihoods more and boosting the economy rather than just saving lives.
After a bumpy period for Boris Johnson, a former advisor to David Cameron says the Prime Minister would be wise to reflect on his number 10 operation.
My advice would be take it slow, bring all people round you. We had a 4 o'clock meeting every afternoon with the Chancellor, the business chiefs in the House of Commons and the Lords, the key people, William Hague and the government, and we would sit down and work out the decisions, and then that would be a decision of a group that was held. And I think there is a sense of a bit of drift, U-turns, maybe not always the best communication, and he needs to win back the trust of his party and the public to a certain extent.
Are we doing too little, too late, Prime Minister?
Setting a fast pace, but Boris Johnson appears to be in no rush for now to adopt the Labour blueprint.